Even though crocodiles and alligators are apex predators, they don't always get what they want when they go on a hunt. If you want to see how they fail and botch some of their hunts, we have it all for you. So let's get started. Number 15, lion versus crocodile. Crocodiles are night killers spread throughout Africa. These sharp-eyed descendants of dinosaurs can sense water pressure as well as movement. That's a big advantage for a night stalker. Fish and other watery prey are the staples of their diet, but they will attack anything unfortunate enough to cross their path. Their super sensitive nose and the tip helps them scavenge another staple of their diet, carrion, like the dead hippo in this video. But even the biggest croc can't eat an entire hippo on his own. He's going to need some help. So, it's a good thing his friends came along. In the water, the croc is at the top of the food chain and the unchallenged king. But don't tell that to the lions in this video. These two jungle kings rarely come face to face, but when they do, be prepared for a battle royale. Crocs may be built for the water, but they do just fine on dry land too. Using their scaly hides as armor, they barge in on a pride of hungry lions with a fresh kill and steal some snacks for themselves. A lioness takes on a crocodile for a carcass that lays in a water hole. The animals each pull the carcass their way as they slowly exit the water and continue their little game of tug-of-war on land. It's difficult to tell which of the two is gaining the edge, but if I had to bet on this one, I would put my money on the crocodile. Number 14, hippo versus crocodile. In this video, a hippo mom scopes the water to see if there are any crocodiles before the hippo lets her calf enter. Evidently, there is a crocodile there, so mom makes sure he doesn't get close to her calf. When wildlife enthusiasts arrived at this water hole, it appeared empty. However, over time, they learned that patience generally pays off, and it did. This playful young hippo, after the plastic water pipe didn't respond, found a live playmate, a crocodile. However, the croc was not necessarily happy about the new friendship. Watch what happens when who comes to the rescue. No blood and gore, just some laughs at the interactions between these two, which is rather strange. These crocodiles are spinning in a feeding frenzy, tearing apart an antelope, when a hippo approaches and begins to lick the bodies of the feeding crocodiles. Scientists haven't figured out why just yet, but hippos seem to enjoy hanging with these bloodthirsty killers as they shred their victim and gorge on its flesh. Even a young hippo is taunting this crocodile, and the reptile becomes irritated but does not attack the hippo, even though it's not an adult. This proves once more that hippos aren't the crocodile's preferred prey, and that's putting it mildly. Number 13, otter versus crocodile. Check out how big this saltwater crocodile is, and how dare this otter approach so close to it. The best thing is when the otter gets close enough, the crocodile doesn't even try attacking it. Otters can intimidate and challenge larger animals such as crocodilians and jaguars. Otters can be some of the nastiest creatures on the planet. They may appear cute, but they are no strangers to heinous acts such as capturing newborn otters and keeping them for ransom in exchange for food. But hey, they must eat. Otters are carnivores that require a quarter of their body weight in food every day. Oddly enough, otters are often the apex predators or close to the top. These otters are looking for a cayman, and they dive underwater to get a better look before disappearing in the foliage. It appears they have made a kill, but it's impossible to see what exactly has happened. After an otter sneaks up on a crocodile from behind in this video, the reptile is annoyed but refuses to engage, quickly returning into the water. Who would have thought a cute otter could scare such a large crocodile in this manner? Number 12. Cat versus alligator. When an alligator comes out of the water, it is greeted by an aggressive cat. Now, it's not a lion, but it seems like the feline tells the alligator a scary story it doesn't want to hear. So he immediately runs back into the water, traumatized. This putty cat stands his ground against a few hungry alligators that come out of the water. He can even be seen standing right next to one of the reptiles without a worry in the world. Are these guys friends or what? The cat slaps out the alligators in some sequences as if they were rats. It's so funny, but it's the first time I see a cat doing this to these huge reptiles. This domestic cat finds a crocodile in what looks like a sewer, and the cat doesn't back down. It stares at the reptile for a few seconds before walking away. The crocodile never tried to jump out of the water to snatch the cat. I guess it wasn't worth the trouble for such a small prey. Number 11. Jaguar versus Cayman. In this video, a jaguar spotted a cayman and made its approach, managing to grab a hold of the cayman underwater to secure its grip. The cayman was by no means done and put up quite a good fight. The strength of the jaguar's jaws coupled with its swimming abilities eventually won the battle. What a sighting this was for the people there. When jaguars and caymans come together, there's usually only one winner. But that doesn't mean the cayman gives up easily. The battle you are seeing took place in the Pantanal in Brazil, and this cayman was a fighter. The jaguar, exhausted after the struggle underwater, came up with a better plan. Just pin the cayman underwater until it drowns, which it did. The jaguar stalks a cayman from above in this video, and when the moment is right, the big cat dives into the water from at least 20 feet in the air, which is astounding and spectacular, but the big cat gets the job done. What an attack by the feline. Number 10. Python versus crocodile. The Burmese python is one of the largest snakes in the world. It can weigh close to 200 pounds and reach over 20 feet long, meaning no Everglades mammal is a match for its never-ending hunger. The snake coils around its prey before swallowing it whole, exactly the way you see it in this video. This albino python is suffocating a small cayman, and the only thing the cayman can do is scratch the python with one of its hind legs, indicating it's in dire need of help. I know I didn't have to tell you this. The snake begins to consume the cayman whole after it's dead, and you can see it doing so. It returns into the water to digest its food. When this python is bitten to the neck, and it looks like it's in trouble, it easily coils its massive body around its enemy and crushes it to death before eating it whole. Number 9. Wild dog versus crocodile. This crocodile is quite big, and yet these dogs are taunting it. Yes, the pack is high in numbers, but not one dog has the courage to jump on the crocodile. The dogs know what will happen if they get too close. The crocodile has had enough of this nonsense and decides to head back into the water. This pack of wild dogs decides it's time to harass a couple of harmless crocodiles. The crocodiles are unfazed and simply lie there, practically motionless. Most of the dogs play in the water, while a few stay close to the reptiles, but everyone knows nothing is going to happen. These wild dogs have made it kill, but they also made the mistake of having a picnic on the beach. So when a huge crocodile steps out of the water and crashes their picnic, they run off in all directions, and the crocodile gets to enjoy the picnic on his own. Number 8. Impala versus crocodile. An impala sees death up close when a massive crocodile shoots out of a water hole. but it manages to pull a few interesting dance moves to live another day. I tell you, those dance lessons paid off for this fragile impala. These videos are about animals that can defeat crocodiles and alligators, and we know impalas cannot defeat any of these beasts in a fight one-on-one. I mean, it wouldn't even be a fight. But like the impala in this video, they can run circles around the big reptiles and pull a few triple axles so they can escape. There you go. Defeating doesn't necessarily mean killing your enemy. If you can avoid being killed, you are considered the winner. When these three crocodiles surround an impala in a messy marsh, it looks like certain death for the animal. But nothing is farther from the truth, because the bush holds many surprises, and this is one of them, as the antelope walks away scot-free from the hungry reptiles. I bet you didn't see it coming. Number 7. Zebra versus crocodile. In this video, we can clearly see a crocodile biting and holding on to a zebra's leg. And even though I'm just watching the action, I can feel the zebra's pain. The zebra fights hard as he kicks and bites his way out of certain death, but not without a bad injury to his leg, which will make him vulnerable to attacks from other predators. A herd of zebras is ambushed by a hungry crocodile in this video, as the reptile manages to grab one member of the herd, but not for long, as the zebra fends off the crocodile with relative ease before making its escape. When some zebras finish their river crossing, slowly walking out of the water at the river's edge, one of the animals is held back by a crocodile, but it doesn't last, as the zebra still manages to get out of there unharmed. Number 6. Wildebeest versus crocodile. The wildebeest in this video shows everyone its amazing leaping skills, as it avoids being snatched by a hungry crocodile that pops out of the water unexpectedly. While crossing the river in Masai Mara, an adult wildebeest was snatched by a large Nile crocodile. The wildebeest fought back for over 40 minutes, refusing to allow the crocodile to drag it into deeper waters. The crocodile pulled hard on the wildebeest's tail, but it wasn't enough, because the animal finally managed to free itself from the crocodile's grip and continued its journey towards freedom. Surprisingly enough, the wildebeest did not seem to be injured. While crossing the river in Masai Mara, an adult wildebeest was snatched by a large crocodile. The wildebeest fought back and didn't let the crocodile pull it into the water so it could eat it. As it walked out, the wildebeest probably had some injuries that could impact its survival later on. Number 5. Heron eats baby crocodile. A baby Florida alligator gets grabbed by a blue heron. Mother Nature is unforgiving, and it does break my heart to see this, but that's how nature rolls. This baby alligator must have been too far away from its mom, making it easy for the blue heron to snatch the youngster. A heron can be seen with a tiny crocodile baby in its mouth. This reptile is so tiny, so eating it for the heron is as easy as pie. Herons will go looking for small hatchlings because they're vulnerable, easy to eat, and tasty. The great blue heron in this video is on the prowl and determined to consume all the alligator hatchlings it can find. The bird must be careful though, because mom is not around at the moment, but she may return, and it may suffer the same predicament it is subjecting the hatchlings to: death. Number 4. Buffalo versus crocodile. In this video, the resident crocodile clamped onto the leg of a buffalo calf, as an older buffalo tried to figure out how to help, but it didn't need to, because the calf managed to free itself. This buffalo can be seen escaping the grip of a crocodile, but when it comes out of the water, it can barely walk, because one of its legs is literally missing. The crocodile ripped this buffalo's leg off. What a friendly creature. A crocodile startles a buffalo drinking at a water hole when it sticks its head out of the water to grab it. But the buffalo is quick enough to move its head away and avoid being bitten and pulled into the water. Number 3. Crocodile versus crocodile. As water levels fluctuate with the rain, the riverbanks become littered with all sorts of debris, including carrion. Domestic livestock can end up here, as well as wild animals like this large feral pig. And whoever gets to the carcass first will consider it theirs. When there's a ready food source like this, crocs don't hold back. Saltwater crocodiles don't mind whether food is fresh or rotting as long as they can swallow it. Carcass quickly attracts more crocodiles, and soon, several crocs are fighting it out for the free meal, and the entire thing turns into a food orgy. These 3 saltwater crocodiles display their territorial dominance to each other. They keep their mouths wide open as they try to impress their opponents, but none of them engage. Crocodiles and alligators compete fiercely and violently for territories and the females they contain. The most territorial crocodilian species are likely saltwater crocodiles. Adults are particularly intolerant of other adults, and both males and females exhibit this territoriality. Crocodiles frequently attack one another, especially when displaying dominance. Number 2. Warthog versus crocodile. This waterhole looks artificial, but it's loaded with crocodiles, so I'm thinking it's some sort of animal park or crocodile farm. And this pig is being fed to the crocs. Imagine being held in a cage until you are served as food to a bunch of famished crocodiles. What kind of life is that? Crocodiles often swim underwater along the riverbanks, waiting for unsuspecting animals to approach so they can drink, and that's when the killer reptiles strike. If you watch carefully, this warthog mom and her piglets are being followed by a hungry crocodile. But they manage to reach the shore before disaster occurs. This warthog is having a nice drink of water when a crocodile bursts out of the water but misses. The warthog displays amazing footwork that allows it to avoid being crushed by the huge reptile. These warthogs are much faster than they look, even in a straight line. Even though they are hefty, they are quite fast. Number 1. Dog versus alligator. The last animal you would expect to scare the living daylights out of a monstrous alligator would be a dog, especially a mutt like the one in this video. But that's exactly what is happening. This dog must have gotten under the skin of the reptile to scare it away like this, because the alligator could have easily swallowed the dog with one gulp. The people in this video were down south, testing out some new models of knives they bought for deep-sea fishing, when an 8-foot alligator jumped 4 feet out of the water to grab the dog by the nose right off the dog. Thankfully, the dog escaped with just a few scratches on his nose. He is now a little more cautious about what's floating around the boat. Yeah, tell me about it. When a crocodile spots a dog on the riverbank, the canine manages to move out of the way just in time, but he disappears into the water. I can't tell you if he got the axe or not afterwards, but man, was that crocodile huge. If you thought crocodilians never botched a hunt, you now know it's not the case. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.